Hi everyone, this is Deborah. Today we're going to talk about my very first stalker. I was about 22 years old and I wanted to become a police officer. Eventually I did, but I started out by going to college and taking police science. I took constitutional law, patrol procedures, everything that a cop needs to know to abide by the law, right? So I'm sitting in class. I'm the only girl. God, was this back in 1980 probably. My son was like 3 years old, maybe four. Yeah, my husband was very good at watching our babies. I had really good babies, but I was the only girl in class. And there was this one guy who was heavy set. He always looked disheveled, and people always made fun of him when he wasn't in the room about the way he carried himself. And he worked for the phone company. I don't even know why he worked for the phone company. Well, he got fired from the phone company. But I could tell something was funny going on. I'd walked out of the college and I could see him in his Bronco. He was sitting very high up, and he was staring at me, and I could see that he was doing something in public that could have gotten him arrested. Well, we did kind of get a friendship. He became friends with my ex, and but he was married. I was married, but we always went on New Year's to Virginia Beach. We don't do that anymore, of course, but he actually followed us to our New Year's Eve thing. He was outside the door. We did not answer it. This guy was wacko. And I remember sometimes when I worked in Saluda, which is 45 minutes from my house in Lancaster, he would follow me across that bridge in Whitestone, and he was right behind me. That was my first stalker. Yeah, it was bizarre. Well, he had taken a picture of me with my hair was way down to my waist. I was 126 pounds. I looked very good. And he was carrying that around in his wallet, and his wife saw it. Whoa. Yeah, she called me, and I said there was nothing between us. He just was infatuated with me. But the same guy, he is the one guy, I think this is why I tolerated him. He could tell jokes for hours, and he was a good joke teller. He knew every joke that's ever been told. It was amazing. But he did get fired from the telephone company because when he was drilling a hole in somebody's carpet, he wound it up and destroyed the carpeting, and he got fired. But yeah, he was a character, my first stalker, but I never let it get out of hand. Okay. Yeah, bye.